Hello and welcome. You're watching eSpotlight, brought to you by Golden Jubilee Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Guru Nanak Dev University, where we invite budding and leading entrepreneurs to share their entrepreneurial journey and fill us with the spark. Today I have a woman with me behind the iconic Tangra model, CEO of Simba Quartz, Mandeep Kaur Tangra ji. It's an honor to have you with us. And I think when we talk about entrepreneurs, your journey specifically is going to be inspiration for a lot of us. I'd like to start with asking you a very, very initial question, I think, which sparked this fire in you. Where did it all start for Mandeep Kaur?
So it all started from my village. So I belong to a small village, Tangra, in district Amritsar, and my father runs a small flour mill in the village, and both my parents, they wanted me to be best as a student, and they gave their best to educate me. So I studied in St. Francis School in Jandiala, and then I did my MBA from LPU. I was the university topper, and it was always a fire in me that to do something equivalent to what my father has done, because from such a normal background he has been able to raise beautiful two kids and then educate them so well, where my father had to take money at at an interest of even 3% when we were getting educated. So I was even the topper in my university, but still it took around 3-4 months for my parents to complete my fee. So from such a background, he has been able to raise a daughter who is a topper in her university. So that's all my inspiration, that if a very humble, very small family can dream of their kids to be a topper, then why can't I start a business from a village and make it a real success?
Right. So you specifically decided to focus on reverse migration. Was it some kind of personal experience that you had which sort of brought it to your mind that this is something that I need to work on? Or was it some ideation, that you sort of heard, you were taught about it maybe, and that inspired you to work on it? So what went behind this idea?
So I'm very grateful that the Punjab gives a lot of credit to us in terms of when we talk about reverse migration, because it's the first IT company we have set up in a village. A kind of company which is generating white collar jobs in villages. So if you talk about my personal experiences, as a student also, I got a lot of opportunities to be in foreign universities because I was the topper every semester. So, but still I didn't, chose to be be in a student exchange program when I was in the university, because I was quite a patriotic kind of person, right? Still I am very patriotic. So I believe that my teachers who teach me in Punjab, who are teaching me in my university, in my school, they are enough, and rest of the things we have to do. It's us who have to study. A university provides you lakhs of books, right? And then a school provides you the whole infrastructure. If you are not studying, then what could the teachers do? What can the country do? If you are not following the value system of your parents, if you don't follow the basic principles to be truthful, to be honest, to be respectful, then what is the fun of choosing other lands, and then we feel like that they will improve us.
Right.
So I'm a firm believer that there are lots of Olympians, lots of best of the people in the world who are Indians, and we can also do a lot being in Punjab. And in my family also, I recently got separated from my husband, where he chose to be in US and I chose to be in Punjab. So
Right.
that's something where it is a big trigger in my own heart, that now the brain drain has gone to such an extent that even the families do not believe their husband is right, their wife is right, their kids is right, their sister is right. So everybody thinks that if they have moved to Canada and US, they are right, and we don't know the world.
Right.
But I really admire people who chose to be in India, and they have done really well. They became Olympians, they are prime ministers, they have become successful entrepreneurs, and all those successful people are my inspiration. And I'm also one among those who want to prove that even if we stay in India, we can have offices all over the world, we can have home anywhere, but it's not important to cut yourself from the roots.
Right. Now, since you have walked this road, and I think a lot of people watching this show right now are going to be budding entrepreneurs or people who have that fire. When we decide that we want to, go on this path, we want to have our own startup, be an entrepreneur, there are a lot of difficulties that come our way. And I think one major thing that we face is that we don't get the right guidance. What do you think are the problems which budding entrepreneurs face? What problems did you face in your journey, and how did you cope up with them? Because I think that particular part, that particular phase when somebody starts their journey on this path is very crucial. Either you go ahead or you just let it go.
Right. So a lot of societal pressure is also there, where even now these kids don't want to go to Canada, US. Their parents wants to go.
Right.
This is the change we can see in states like Punjab. So there are societal challenges where people they want an immediate success, or they are from jobs background and they want their kids to do jobs, and everybody wants an easy money. And then a lot of policies to be worked on in Punjab. I also believe that a lot of work should be done from the government part also.
Right.
I face a lot of difficulties where I can't see any policy when I talk about an IT services company in village. Right. So still I am unable to figure out that is there any policy for us or not. So that's my idea also, that I am working hard to create a successful example in my village and then replicate this model to other districts, so that the government should consider that yes, there could be policy where the youth, if they want to set up an IT services or some kind of venture which could generate a white collar job in villages, and we can come up with the policies also. And as a woman also, you face a lot of problems when you don't have any collateral on your name.
Right.
Even some girls, they are newly married, they have no collateral when they from their in-laws family, and then it's very tough for the other family also to believe on her in the initial years, right? So I personally feel that a lot of credit should be given to the profiles of the students also, to their caliber also. It's not always about the collateral. Banks also give money to people who have money. So, but it should be given on the basis of the caliber, on the basis of the idea. And last, where I want to quote that, life is all about facing challenges only. It's like you should have that much energy every day that, I should go to my chair or my office, and then lots of challenges should be on my table and I should be solving them. If life is smooth, I don't feel that we are living it or we are growing. So whenever I feel that there is a huge problem on my desk, or even in my personal life, in my professional life, it's always a sign of growth, right? So tough situations are always the sign of growth. Sometimes we have a very small plant, saplings, and there is rain, there is sun, there is too much of cold, but still, if we survive that climate, we become a tree, and which can give fruits to others also, right? So I think everybody should aspire to become a person like that. So entrepreneurs, they also feel a lot of things, but I am a kind of entrepreneur who has always followed her heart. So I personally believe that you should not become a follower. There you commit a mistake when you study people too much and you follow them, and then you're unable to create a new story, which is the need of the hour in country like us. We need to innovate with minimum resources. We need to aspire for optimization in whatever we do.
I think that is a very crucial thing that you talked about, because youth sort of, since there's a lot of social media influence, we see people, we see their stories, and we somewhere try to copy them instead of trying to be a story in ourselves. My next question to you is, do you think destiny really plays a role?
No, destiny do not play any role. Because I was the kind of student who never took an off from her university time. I never missed a single lecture when I was a student. I was traveling every day 65 kilometers from my village to my university. With that kind of consistency, at last, if people say it's a destiny, it hurts a lot. So it's always, very courageous steps behind and a lot of hard work behind when somebody becomes an Olympian, right? And then you call, oh, it's a luck that, with 1 second he has won. And you are not considering his hard work of 10 years. So I think destiny doesn't play the role. It's all your hard work, and somewhere you lack if you don't, if you are not successful.
Right. So there's a lot that goes behind the curtain initially.
Yes, yeah.
Right. So when I was having a conversation with you previously, you told me that during the time of COVID, there were no layoffs. You didn't fire a single employee.
Right.
How did you work that out? Because that's commendable.
So it was like almost 8 years when we never took a loan in our company. I always used to write on my LinkedIn articles also that we are organically grown venture, we are a debt-free venture, we are this and that. But yes, lots of people came into my life and they suggested me various ways to do the business, and I have always done business very ethically, and banks always supported me. I had a I am having a big vision, a very big vision, so that's why sometimes even banks give up, and it's absolutely normal in the current situation. But during COVID times, it was the first time I took loan, and I even mortgaged my home, my father's flour mill, and whatever I had. And because I personally felt the people whom I have trained for 6 years, because we have set up an IT services company in a village, and people trusted on us and they chose to be software engineers, and I didn't want to let them go. And I wanted to set an example that who is rich, right? A rich is not a person who is having 1.5 CR in her bank. The rich is one who has the courage to give 1.5 crores to someone when they need them, right? So normally our company is a very strict company. We only keep employees who perform. We do not compromise on the quality of the employees. But during COVID time, we retained and we sustained 100% employees, no matter how they were performing. And rather than being participative in the social causes or in food sharing campaigns or medicines or doing something for the outside world, I chose to do everything for the inside world, like internal organization. And I think we have set a great example during COVID. We not only gave salaries to the employees, we are a company which gave hike to the employees in the COVID.
That's commendable, because I think as entrepreneurs, it becomes role of the entrepreneurial community to support, the employees who are making it successful. You have started this particular ecosystem in your village. I'd like you to talk briefly about that.
Right. So a new kind of environment I could see in my own village, where the youth now aspire, or youth now think of learning computer courses, and they are trying to take admission in BTech or BCA. They want to learn computer science now. So our company has given a direction to the youth of our village and villages nearby, right? We have given a direction that the students in our village or nearby village, they can choose to study computer science now. So we have set up an institute also where we are only teaching the students. Most of the students we teach, they are, we charge them, and very few students are there who really deserve. We don't charge them, we teach them absolutely free. And there are 5 students who are currently coming from the slum area, right? Who are living in slums, but they are the students of 11th and 12th, and we are teaching them also in our campus, and we want to see them as software engineers in coming 3 to 4 years. So, that kind of hard work we are doing. We are not only hiring the resources from the region, we are focusing on the educated youth who do not have jobs. That is one area. Any person who has done BCA, MCA, BTech, MTech, and if they are not having a good job, we are training them, and then we are employing them. This is one thing. And otherwise also, if anybody has done some other degree, but they are within 15 kilometers of the area, right, of our village, and we are picking those students if they are sharp, and then we are training them. So there are lots of examples there where the students has been converted to the employees now, and they joined initially at a stipend of 6,000 or 7,000, and today they are earning more than 50,000 in the company. So that is the vision of the company is changing lives, and that is the major focus area, that how to bring a person from a stipend of 6,000 to a salary of 60,000. This is what we are working on. And otherwise also, we are buying milk from our own village. We are not buying a packaged milk, right? So the employees, they live on rent in the village now. The village gets some income. The almost 200 people are coming to my place every day, directly or indirectly, and they shop from the local shops, right? So these minor changes that I could see in my village, and I can see that it's building a good ecosystem. And the last point I want to add here is when we hire the helping staff, otherwise they might be earning 3,000 to 4,000 every month,
right?
The kind of jobs they do. But most of them are women, and we are paying them up to 10,000 because we are a private limited company. And see how happy they feel, that otherwise they might be going to pluck vegetables in the field, or they are doing the normal household work for people. But here we are giving them a job of dignity, a lot of respect, and with good amount of money, which they have not expected, that we can have such kind of company locally also. So we have set up a good example in Tangra, and in future I have big plans to replicate this model to other districts as well as in the country.
Right. I'd like to know your view about the mindset that our youth holds these days, because I think we get to hear this a lot from them कि यहाँ पे तो कुछ है नहीं, डिग्री कर लेंगे तो जॉब नहीं मिलेगा. That is some mindset that is quite prevalent, and a lot of our youth is still going foreign countries. Where do you think we are lacking behind? Is it the awareness that we're not able to spread? Because looking at your journey, I think everything is possible if you have that fire here, right? So what is your view on that?
So my journey is the answer to almost all the questions anybody can ask. कोई भी जितने मर्जी क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकता है, उस सबके आंसर्स मेरी जर्नी में छिपे हुए हैं.
Right.
कि some people say they didn't score good marks That's why they want to go abroad. And I always tell them, though I was the topper in my BBA and in my MBA, but I didn't score even 60% when I was in my 12th, right? But if you decide that from this point of time, I want to excel and I want to be a topper, you can decide anytime and you can be a topper, right? So and youth is not becoming a leader, they are all becoming followers, right? And technology has played a very negative role also, where the youth is getting influenced in a very negative way. So my only suggestion to the youth is that follow your parents, follow your grandparents, and the kind of sanskars, the values you learn from the family, that legacy we need to take forward.
Right.
And there is no fun of earning so much of money if you can't take your mother to the hospital, if you can't take care of your own village, right? If you can't be happy, if you can't sleep well, right? So there is no fun of earning so much of money.
Right.
Why people want to earn so much of money? The only reason is they need a lot of love and they need a lot of peace in their life, right? So the last goal is all the big people, they are all are simple people, right? They all wear normal white shirts and they have they have no craving for the clothing also. It's like कि किसी को जब पूरा वो पैसे से भी ऊपर, पावर से भी ऊपर वो पहुंच जाता है, तो फिर उसको किसी चीज की इच्छा नहीं रहती. फिर उसको लगता है कि नहीं यार, जिंदगी में शांति होनी चाहिए, प्यार होना चाहिए. और तब उसको याद आते हैं कि हाँ, मेरी मम्मा ने मुझे ये बनाया है. और एट द एंड व्हेन देयर पेरेंट्स डाइड, तब हम स्टैचू बना देते हैं, ये कर देते हैं, ठीक है, और सारी उम्र हम उनके साथ नहीं रहते. सो एटलीस्ट वी शुड स्टैंड फॉर आवर कल्चर, राइट? द वर्ल्ड स्टैंड्स फॉर देयर कल्चर, राइट? आप चाइना की बात कर लें, अमेरिका की बात कर लें, कनाडा की बात कर लें, वो अपने कल्चर पे खड़े हैं, राइट? उन्होंने किसी को छोड़ना है या किसी से शादी करानी है तो इट्स नॉर्मल फॉर देम कि शादी करा ली और छोड़ दिया, इट इज ओके. और बच्चे ने 16 साल के बाद सेपरेट हो गया और दूसरे घर में चला गया, वो तो अपना पूरा कल्चर फॉलो कर रहा है, राइट? सो वेयर इज आवर कल्चर? वाई वी आर फॉलोइंग दी अदर कल्चर एंड नॉट लेटिंग पीपल नो कि हमारा ये कल्चर है. हमारा कल्चर है कि हमने पेरेंट्स के साथ रहना है, हमने एक सबको रिस्पेक्ट देनी है, रिलेशनशिप्स को रिस्पेक्ट देनी है, राइट? सो लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, हम मॉडर्न बनते बनते खुद की पहचान ही खो बैठे हैं. वहां पे यूथ जो पहुंच गया है. बाकी एजुकेटेड यूथ की हर जगह वैल्यू है. और जो ज्यादा कई बार सुनने को आता है कि हम पढ़े भी हैं पर जॉब नहीं है, तो बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे हैं कि जो पढ़े हैं, उनके पास डिग्री है, पर जो एक्चुअल पढ़ाई का वो लेवल होना चाहिए वो है नहीं, ठीक है? आज मेरी कंपनी में भी मतलब आई नीड एटलीस्ट 30 मोर पीपल, right? And there is crores of population in my own state and I am not finding the right people for the right job in my own company, right? So थोड़ी मेहनत और करने की जरूरत है हमें.
So we are lacking somewhere behind in skill that is required to be in the field.
Yes.
And your very simple message, I think it's going to take many hearts, coming back to basics and your culture.
Right.
If there's one thing, this is going to be my last question to you.
Okay.
If there's one thing that you'll tell to the young aspiring, dreaming Mandeep Kaur, what would be that?
Yes, see, follow your heart. That's my message to the youth. And have a dream and believe that you can achieve that dream. So I never thought I could go up to the Prime Minister at a very small age. And I have no connections between the Prime Minister and me, but still I got the invitation, right? So I never thought a girl who was struggling for her own fee 10-12 years back could give job to 130 people, and that too a very ethical and honest journey. So anything could be achieved being at your own place. This is what I want youth to believe. अपने आप पे विश्वास करें कि आपने जो सपना ले लिया है, आपके पास पैसे हैं नहीं है, सिर्फ आपके पास नॉलेज और जोश की जो है वो जरूरत है. एंड जो आपको एनर्जी अपने घर से, अपने मम्मा पापा से, अपने ब्रदर सिस्टर से मिल जानी है और आपने अपना बेस्ट दे देना है, वो आपको कहीं नहीं मिल सकती. सो even if your parents are convincing you कि आप कनाडा चले जाओ, become a kid, become that kind of son and daughter who can convince their parents also कि नहीं, हमने पंजाब ही रहना है या फिर हमने अपने इंडिया में ही रहना है और यहाँ पे कुछ करके हमने जो है दिखाना है. So I think that's my message to everybody, that if people like us can do, then I personally believe that anybody can do, and don't call it destiny. It's all hard work.
All right. Thank you so much. It was an honor, and your story was really, really inspiring.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I hope that we will be able to come up with more stories on eSpotlight. Stay tuned. This is Simran Kaur signing off.